Hey everyone, I just stepped out of the IMAX theater after watching Avatar The Way of Water, and this is going to be a non spoiler review. Let's get started. If you haven't watched part 1 of Avatar, please go and watch it because this will be a perfect continuation from part 1 where Jake Sully and his family lives in the same village and then they migrate to a new village after seeing some threat, and you will be able to connect much better after watching the Avatar 1. So if you haven't watched Avatar 1, please go and watch it so that you can relate this whole movie better. Jake Sully and his family are migrating to a new location for the safety of his family because of the familiar threat. You should be knowing what I mean by familiar threat after watching Avatar 1. And they discover the new Na'vi clan, but they are completely unfamiliar even with the character of Neytiri. Zoe Saldana's character Neytiri herself is a different Na'vi clan. So when they go to this new clan or a new village, they have to learn the way of water, which is why the name of this movie itself called The Way of Water. And they have to learn certain new things, and their body structure and the tails, and there are a lot of differences between these two Na'vi clan. For example, those people have only 3 fingers, whereas Jake Sully's children has 5 fingers because he's half human. So there are a few challenges they encounter in this new village or new clan. So the new characters in this movies are very interesting, and especially the new friends they meet in the new village, especially with the new skills they learn and their difficulties they encounter. And there are a lot of emphasis given on some of the fantasy elements and the beautiful, breathtaking visuals and landscapes. And again, definitely there are new creatures that they introduce in this movie which you have not seen in the part 1. So overall, these new characters are very relatable, very exciting, and you will love each of these characters. Rather, you will fall into love into any one of the character, and you will hook into this character until end of this movie. That's a big win with respect to these new characters. It's a simple story about protecting family, but the interesting part is saving family versus fighting with enemy. Usually man or the hero wants to fight with the enemy, but in contrast, Neytiri wants to fight with the enemy in this movie, which is why this movie will get more interesting while after they move to the new village. And you will definitely like each of this character, and there are a lot of challenges they face in the new village. We think that okay, there might be a new threat, and the whole story will again go around among the new clan or new Na'vis, but definitely it is again going back to Avatar 1 characters, and that's where the movie get interesting with protecting family versus fighting with enemy. James Cameron did a fantastic job with introducing this new character and making us care about them, because these children, they did a wonderful job. Each young characters and actresses did wonderful job in this whole movie, and you can easily relate or connect to this character. That's the biggest plus on the whole movie, and you will definitely pick one of your favorite character, which is what the major success of this movie. By end of this movie, each of these character plays an important role in the climax, and that is where the movie will be more interesting. There's no better movie you can watch in 3D other than Avatar, especially in IMAX. I usually don't like watching 3D movies in IMAX, but this is a must watch in 3D in IMAX. It's the best technology and mind-blowing graphics and breathtaking visuals. So you must watch this in IMAX in 3D. As I mentioned, each character plays an important role, and they play a very important role in the climax, and that's where the action scenes, especially in the ocean and under the water, are awesome. And in the previous movie, you see more of action in the air and in the in the forest, whereas in this movie, more action scenes on water, and that's where this movie is more interesting and more lively. And again, it's a breathtaking action, and you will completely engaged throughout this movie. And of course, the usual gun versus arrows versus creatures, which is part of this whole movie. And the most important thing is you will feel the rage, anger, emotion, and cry throughout this movie. I heard a lot of claps in the theater in multiple scenes, and that's wow, this movie is so wonderful, especially with these new characters. So you will certainly feel to punch and kick the villain and in their allies during those big action scenes, and you will definitely love the whole second half of this movie. I said James Cameron did a really good job with these new characters that will be introduced, and the standouts are those kids who acted in those characters. They're really fascinating and fun to hang out, and with their fights and their emotions. Overall, it's awesome new characters. Overall, it's a fantastic movie to watch in 3D, and you may not get a wow or exciting feeling anything new, especially we have seen in the previous installment. However, these new characters will hook you up to connect with them and feel their emotion, anger, rage, etc., and you will love the entire climax episode. So I'm going to give you 4 out of 5 star. Just go and watch it in 3D. See you next time.